The TPAC framework provides an understanding of the different forms of knowledge for educators that brings together pedagogical knowledge, content knowledge, and technological knowledge. The idea of TPAC is that these three areas of knowledge are best served or appropriated when they intersect and connect to one another. Encompassing these three areas of knowledge is contexts. The context, of course, has an impact on the TPAC framework and requires teachers to use this framework with a critical eye. Along with these knowledge forms, the context in which they exist, and the critical work of the teacher, there may be a piece missing. Thinking of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Abraham Maslow explored the human psychology of motivation. The bottom tiers are considered basic human needs. When these are somewhat met, people can go on to fulfill the next levels of need. Obviously, learners should, of course, have their basic needs met. Could we also consider, however, the environment in which we learn as an element of the context? Can we really expect learning and teaching to happen at the highest level without the consideration of an appropriate environment? No, this is not to suggest that keeping learners in traditional settings is similar to depriving them of food or water. However, it is interesting to consider how the learning environment affects learning. Can learners really reach their full potential when in traditional rows and columns? What does the traditional environment do for learners and teachers? So what does it mean to change the environment? Begin by rethinking the classroom altogether. Shift from classroom to learning space. Why is this any different? Learners should be thought of and think of themselves as mathematicians, writers, readers, creators, scientists, and more. When we set a culture for this, it spreads to learners and their mindsets and views of themselves. Begin by thinking, what are we preparing learners for? What do learners really need in the 21st century? When we can connect and find information readily on the web, what will our learners do? Communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. These are the 21st century skills we want to instill in our learners in order for them to grow successfully and work productively in whatever future job, situation, or environment they may be in, regardless of if we know or can predict the future or not. Consider some suggestions. The challenge with considering the environment in which we learn is that it reveals so much about what is actually happening in our teaching and learning. As 21st century teachers, it is up to us to do the hard work of getting a clearer vision of the practices in our classrooms and leading learners to be better communicators, collaborators, critical thinkers, and creative individuals. So try something new. Move some things around, spend some time in your learning space, think about your vision. Ask learners to be designers, explore different spaces, read some books, get new ideas. Are you leading innovation, or are you considering your learners' potential? Begin to imagine how it could be different.